Now that we have the wheel out of the way, we have a nice clear view of our upper control arm. To start removing this, what I always like to do is just have a nice bungee cord or a strap, whatever you want to call it, and essentially we're just going to go right around the knuckle here and strap it right to the strut, which is located behind it. There we are. Now this should prevent this from falling down on us while we continue by removing this and breaking this free from the upper control arm. Let's use an 18mm socket to remove this nut. Let's go ahead and give this a couple loving bonks to separate this. Now we can go ahead and lift this up and out of here. We'll just go ahead and set the knuckle aside, being very careful not to put a tug on our axle or anything the like. And now we can continue on to removing our two mounting bolts. To remove these, I'm going to use an 18mm socket. I'll hold on to that nut inside the strut tower. Here we are. Now at this point, I'm just going to leave the bolt in here a little bit while I continue on to the other side. Once they're both free, we can remove the bolts and remove the control arm. All right, there's that one. I'm just going to grab onto each bolt. There it is, friends. The next thing that you're going to want to do is just inspect your hardware. You want to make sure that the threaded area of the bolts is still clean and free of any debris. After that, go ahead and put on some red thread locker and we can get ready for our install. Time to install the control arm. Let's go ahead and put it into position up here. Now we can take our two bolts with that red thread locker. We're just going to go ahead and start them right through here and we'll put them in a resting position. Let's get our nuts on there. The next thing you want to do before you go ahead and tighten up your hardware is to bring this control arm up so it's pretty much in the ride height position. Essentially, the wheels are on the ground, the weight of the vehicle's on it, and it should be in pretty much this position right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to stick a bar in here. See if I can get it to stay as close as possible to where I want it. And now we can continue on by snugging up our two mounting bolts up here, and then we'll torque them to 111 foot-pounds. Now let's continue on to grabbing our knuckle here. We're going to bring this right over, try to line it up with the ball joint. Now I'll just take a bar. I'm going to get underneath this area here and try to pry down on the control arm so I can start my mounting nut. Let's go ahead and get our strap out of the way here. Now we can bottom this out and then we'll torque it to 41 foot-pounds. Let's get the wheel up on here. We'll start on all of our lug nuts, snug them up, get the wheel back on the ground, and then we'll torque the lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds. Now with the wheels on the ground, let's torque these in a crisscross manner. Torqued.